Hi, and welcome to the 27th Annual BEYA STEM Global Competitiveness Conference in Washington, D.C. I'm your host, Angela Stridling, and you're watching BEYA TV. Over the next few days, you will be inspired, informed, and invigorated. There are seminars, workshops, a career fair, mentoring, and leadership development and training. Whether you're in K through 12 or a college student, in the corporate sector, or a proud member of our military services, this STEM event promises to have something for everyone. In order to maximize the BEYA experience, make sure you refer to your conference guide. It was designed to assist you with vital information regarding times and locations and all the happenings over the next few days. It's your ultimate resource guide. We also have a mobile app. If you have an iPhone or iPad, open this link on your iPhone. When the browser window opens on your phone, click on the square box with the arrow coming out, or the plus sign. It will bring up a list of options. Click on the Add to Home screen, and it will create an app button on your screen where there is free space. If you have an Android, open up this link and bookmark the page you want to add to a home screen. Open the browser Bookmarks screen. Then, long press the bookmark you want and select Add to Home screen. Today's events include seminars, an alumni welcome reception, and our marquee event, Emerald Honors and Trailblazer Dinner, the minds that drive science and technology, from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Thurgood Marshall Ballroom on the mezzanine level.
This event is more than just a recognition awards. This event is about keeping our country strong. I'm Tyrone Taborn. I am the co-chair and founder of the BEYA Experience. It's hard to believe that 26 years ago, Dr. Eugene DeLoach, Lucius Walker from Howard University, and I sat down on the Beltway. And the question in front of us was, how do we keep our nation strong? How do we ensure that America maintains the global presence that our great nation has? And it was clear to us, our country could only be strong if we involved all of our citizens in the opportunity of science, technology, engineering, and math. But far too many of our young people didn't have that opportunity. So we came up with this concept: expose young people to people who are actually doing the science, technology, engineering, and math. Get them excited, get them fired up. If we could put a role model in front of our young people, we knew we could create a pipeline that this country could rely on. And that's what we've been doing over 26 years. It's been us, it's been you. And we have made a big difference. So I'm encouraging you to take advantage of the BEYA experience. I'm encouraging you to participate in the fantastic professional development seminars. I'm encouraging you to reach out to our young students in K through 12 programs. I'm encouraging you to mentor the many college students who are attending from our historically black colleges and universities. I hope you take as much from the BEYA experience, but more importantly, I hope you give back just as much. When you pass that young person in the exhibit hall, in the seminar room, at the dean's breakfast, reach out and let that young person know that the future is within their grasp. Let them know that anything is possible. Enjoy the conference, because this is the BEYA experience, becoming everything that you are.
My name is Alex Hicks. I am a manufacturing CIE.
Blair Parker, the plant process leader for show vehicles and press events.
My name is Kira Riddick, and my title is Design Responsible, DR, for the Electrical Engineering Community at Chrysler. Third grade math class. I knew that engineering and science and math was my thing.
In college, after working and completing my first group project, I knew I wanted to be in automotive at that point.
My father is my greatest inspiration to be an engineer. He always took time out of his busy schedule to pull me aside, pop the hood, and show me how things work.
I would say if you want a really rewarding job, that once again you get real time, real feedback from your family members, friends, customers. Come to the automotive industry, you see your products on the street, in your commute every day. It's really rewarding.
The one thing about the automotive industry is that you can touch and feel your creations, your innovations on a daily basis.
The automotive industry is vast. If you like the type of environment where you'll be challenged every day and can bring your A game, this is the place for you.
Everyone has a story to tell, and that's what's great about Chrysler.
My best BEYA moment, unequivocally, was the year that the Navy had it. And it was watching all of those junior officers, the junior ones that were the admiral's aides, or we call them the loop, and that they were getting their bosses in and thinking, although they didn't say it, but thinking, I could do that one day. I can be an admiral, and I can be at that Stars and Stripes.
There's no question in my mind when I received the recognition as the Black Engineer of the Year government back in 1988. When I went up on stage to receive the award, they played the Star Spangled Banner. It was a surprise to me. I had no idea they were going to do that. And for me, that music causes a resonance in my body. It just, it creates such an energy with me. And I was in uniform that night and receiving this award and recognizing that that award was not for me personally, but recognizing what I had done in service to the country. And coupling that with the resonance of the Star Spangled Banner was just the most memorable, one of the most memorable times in my life.
When I think of my best BEYA moments, I think of three things. I think of the first time that I was actually engaged in the program, and that was back in 1999. And I had been at the program in '96 when Charlie Bolden got his award. And then I was engaged, and I actually saw the awardees, and I met the awardees, and I was so impressed with all of the awardees doing great things. In '96, I don't think many people thought about black astronauts. And Charlie Bolden, of course, was one of the original first group of black astronauts, and he got the BEYA Award for Career Achievement. And I just thought, wow, this is really very impressive. And then, you know, that was almost 20 years ago. And so, you know, flash forward to 2006, and I was recognized as the Black Engineer of the Year. I mean, there is no greater honor than to be recognized by your peers for an award in front of your peers and sharing the stage with many of your African American peers. I've received many awards over the years for the work that I do, but none was more special than the Black Engineer of the Year.
I've often been told that attending BEYA is like attending the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. It's just so large and so much to do. Where do you begin? The upcoming schedule of events exists to help you navigate your way through BEYA. Whether you want to take your child to our K-12 program, or whether you are a young professional who wants to participate in many of the professional development seminars, or if you're a student looking for an internship, to make your journey easier, we have put together a schedule of events. So pay close attention to the schedule of events and pick those activities that best support your professional and personal development. I'm looking forward to seeing you at many of the BEYA events. The BEYA experience, becoming everything that you are.
General Dynamics has proven the strength of its diverse portfolio and has established itself as a global leader in business aviation, combat systems, shipbuilding, and mission-critical information systems and technology. General Dynamics endeavors to deliver the highest quality products and services and to foster a culture of continuous improvement, innovation, and integrity across its 4 business groups.
"100 years ago, there were 141 miles of paved roads in the U.S. The Eiffel Tower was the world's tallest building. Aircraft flew at 30 miles per hour. But not for long. In a rented Santa Ana church, a dreamer went to work, bringing an innovative aircraft design to life. And 2 mechanics started building seaplanes out of a Santa Barbara garage. These pioneers blazed a trail that would change aerospace and our lives forever. The companies they founded paved the way for a century of unprecedented change. But one thing has always been constant: commitment to continuously push the boundaries of technology and serve the cause of freedom and global security. A commitment embodied for 100 years by the men and women of Lockheed Martin. From World War to Cold War to War on Terror, from the industrial age to the information age, we've helped America and allied nations rise to the challenge of tomorrow. With breakthrough performance and game-changing innovations, we've continued our legacy of building revolutionary aircraft that have always given our forces a decisive edge. We help power the space race, furthering the reach of science and igniting the imaginations of generations. We put eyes in the sky to provide intelligence, monitor the environment, witness the birth of stars, and detect the faint echo of the Big Bang. We've innovated breakthrough technologies to train, protect, and equip frontline forces on the ground, in the air, and at sea. And we've harnessed the power of ones and zeros to serve ever-changing government missions. Today, as the very definition of global security expands, as governments seek to better serve the needs of citizens, the men and women of Lockheed Martin continue to answer the call. United by an unwavering sense of purpose, we're ready for the next mission. And the next. And the next. We know that the velocity of change will continue to be a challenge we will continue to embrace in our next 100 years of accelerating tomorrow.
My best BEYA moment, I think, would have to be a year ago, where I was actually an award winner, winning the Black Engineer of the Year award in the government sector for some of the work that I've done over my career. And just, I felt so special receiving that award and having just over 1,000 people probably in the audience, including my wife and just my other colleagues, to be able to share that moment with me.
My best BEYA moment probably happened not in an instant, right? It's over a period of time. And so I remember the first time I went to BEYA, I remember watching, I don't take this the wrong way, but kids actually going through the seminars and learning and getting development from, you know, the people that were teaching the courses and content. And I look up 8-10 years later, and those same people that were getting developed are now actually leading the conferences. And then remember having a conversation with that individual when he was getting out of college and looking at them today. And that's probably my best moment, which, like I said, didn't happen in that one particular time, but over kind of years of time. So, best experience.
I believe it was the following year, 2008, is when I was fortunate enough to make the cover of the magazine. Sometimes, you know, you wonder if you're worthy to be on the cover. So I was honored.
You know, BEYA is a mission of love. We came together 26 years ago because we cared about our country. We cared about our communities, and we wanted to do something. And while love is a great motivator, and while love makes us do this every single day, it does take a little bit more to make this work. It also takes the dedication of those companies, educators, organizations that share our core beliefs. And I want to thank all of those sponsors who have supported BEYA over the 26 years. We appreciate you. Without your support, the footprint that we have created would not have been possible. The pipeline of young engineers that we have put into the system, that would not have happened had you not invested in BEYA. We thank you for your past support. More importantly, in these tough economic times, we thank you for standing by us and in many cases, increasing your investment. On behalf of the Council of Engineering Deans and the BEYA staff, we appreciate you.
The BEYA experience, becoming everything you are.
A BEYA experience for me is one in which you have the opportunity to communicate with, to talk to work with, to be around people who have similar values, who recognize how important STEM careers are, who will be or are the foundation for the next generation of Americans who will be able to go further and farther than any of us. And it's our job to make sure that that happens. And it happens by being good role models, whether you are a role model as a student, a role model as a professor, a role model as the Black Engineer of the Year.
The BEYA experience is an awesome experience. When I look out and I see the number of youth that are involved in the program, I only wish that when I was coming up, would have been introduced to science, technology, engineering, and math in a K through 12 program. For my son and daughter have now been introduced through BEYA, through the magazines, as well as through school, getting introduced to math, engineering, and science, and now they can see firsthand some of the role models that are actually doing the things that they can dream of doing in the future.
For the young children, watching them with their robotics, or watching the college students at the college night banquet and getting the opportunity to cheer for their own alma mater, or whether it's a more senior officer getting the opportunity to mentor those coming behind them. And in most cases, what really stands out is watching the officers, the senior officer, get mentored by the young people. Watching that aha moment when the young person asks the question that stumps them, that they have to really take a step back and realize what value we have in our youth today. So the BEYA experience is a one-stop shopping for me. I can take anybody, any age, and everybody is going to walk away leaving there better than they went there.
The BEYA experience, becoming everything you are.
My best BEYA moment, I believe it came last year, and it was right after the Stars and Stripes Mentorship program session, which was a 2-hour session in Philadelphia. And the Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Amos, came up to me, and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Andy, I really like what you guys are doing with the mentorship program. And next year, my friend, I am going to be a mentor." And when the Commandant of the Marine Corps, 4-star General Amos, said that to me, I felt that we were making a difference.
There have been many moments over the years that are obviously always going to be sealed in my memory. Of course, the night that I was Black Engineer, I think seeing my daughter's face, knowing that, maybe being a scientist wasn't really such a bad thing after all, and that there is, really something that Mom did and she did it right. So that was a great night. Another really great night for me was when Linda Gooden was announced as Black Engineer of the Year, being the 3rd woman and also my friend. It was terrific. Do I sound like I have a female thing going? And that's because I do. Because the next big one was the night that Dr. Wanda Austin was named Black Engineer of the Year, and I had a chance to introduce her, and that will stay in my mind for a long time.
My best BEYA moment was the first time I went to BEYA, and my best BEYA moment was the last time I was there. And I actually look forward to this event because for me it's kind of a way of renewing my commitment to diversity, inclusion, and the advancement of all people, regardless of their experience or background. So it is, I really do look forward to BEYA. It's one of excitement, it's one of pride, it's one of being able to discover new people. It's a great opportunity to meet people, to share with others your experiences, your challenges, be able to recognize and reward those individuals who have made the sacrifices, gone and persevered in the face of difficult odds, and really then ultimately make a difference.
The BEYA experience, becoming everything you are.
Hi, my name's Derek Schmidt, and I work in the consumer product development portion of L'Oreal at the Franklin manufacturing plant. I'm a lipstick cell manager, meaning I make all the lipsticks for L'Oreal and Maybelline. I guess a typical day for me at work is there is no typical day. I mean, things are constantly changing. I need to make sure I greet all my operators, see how their lines are running. The plant, it's kind of unique. It's pretty much an organism within itself, so I have to work hand in hand with many different departments, touching base on anything from quality of the product to what shades we're going to be running on what lines and at what times. The biggest surprise I had coming to L'Oreal was seeing how much effort, how much time, how many man-hours goes into making a simple tube of lipstick. Total performance management, that's a team that I'm on. Different personnel from different departments will get together and they'll take a look at eliminating some type of loss, whether it be, loss of overall equipment efficiency or maybe loss of components or waste due to a line not running well. And then we'll take a look at the issue from several different perspectives and try and come up with a solution. Baby Lips was my favorite launch just because it presented a brand new product that we'd never tried before. It first enabled us to invest in some new technology. We were able to bring a brand new line in, which is always exciting. And we were trying to get into the chapstick Burt's Bee market. Those were some pretty already established markets, but we were able to not only break through, but to be intensely successful. It's one of the top selling products for L'Oreal to date. If I had to describe my job in one word, I would say it'd be intrapreneurial, which is different from entrepreneurial because entrepreneurial is external. I'm pretty much running my own business within a company. You have to be able to realize that you own your portion of the business, as well as you need to realize that there's times where you can take the lead on things, but there's also times you need to step back and follow.
Certainly, like most people, when we think about BEYA, we think about the gala because everyone's dressed up and the awards are given and it's a very showcase event. But BEYA is so much more than just the award ceremony. When you think about the full experience with BEYA, it starts really with the career fair where the young people come in and they're interviewed and all of the companies are there with their exhibits trying to attract that next generation of scientists and engineers and computer technologists. And then there are a whole track of seminars and panels, and there's training in a variety of areas. Last year, for instance, Lockheed had panels in health, they had panels in cyber technology, they had panels in entrepreneurship, and panels in management. And then several of the companies sponsored the panels that provide education. Certainly cyber is the problem of today, and being able to go to a convention and learn about some of the current tradeware in the cyber arena is a very positive experience.
I really liked and felt very in tune with the mission of BEYA, and that's to reach out to our youth, to give them the inspiration to pursue these careers.
And I think in total, if you had to think about what BEYA experience means to me, I would say it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really make a difference and to honor not only our military, but honor people of color who have made a difference in science, technology, engineering, and math.
BEYA is so very important because it provides another venue that is viewed across the United States and many parts of the world as a venue where people who are in the STEM field can come, join together, and work on matters of current common interest.
BEYA has been a very exciting ride. I mean, this 27th year of BEYA, it's extremely exciting. It's very difficult to separate and tease out the things that have been very powerful. But I'm looking at now the growth of BEYA. When we had our early Dean's breakfasts that we have now highlighted on Saturday morning, we had that first Dean's breakfast. I mean, it was in a room that was probably had 10 tables in there and 10 people per table, so maybe we had 100 people. I mean, you know, there's always an empty chair or two. I remember that very, very distinctly. And now when I look out over 1,000+ students and others in the room in a Dean's breakfast, it's just, it just overwhelms you in a bit. And that's on an early Saturday morning where we get those kinds of people out.
Yes, the Coast Guard may be the smallest of our services, and you will be tasked with vast responsibilities. For in you, we see the same spirit that has made your service always ready for more than 2 centuries.
Vice Admiral Manson Brown. I've been wearing this uniform now for over 38 years. I like serving because I get a sense of purpose every day.
I'm a commander in the United States Coast Guard. My name is Lucinda Cunningham. I don't know if I've been close to people in any other organization as I've been with the people here. They are your family.
I'm a captain in the United States Coast Guard. My name is Michael Johnston. The reason that I joined the Coast Guard, wanted to do something and didn't have any money, and the Coast Guard Academy was a great deal.
My name is Nikita Brown. For me, I know that what I'm doing now, at least that I am making a difference.
My name is Officer Trainee Olivia Griffin. I am an aviation science major and aviation management minor at Elizabeth City State University in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Lieutenant Commander Tank Schuler, Coast Guard officer and aviator. Didn't want to do the 9 to 5, didn't want to do the desk job. So the Coast Guard came about, the opportunity came, so I gave it a shot, and here I am today.
Lieutenant Commander Zeta Merchant. One thing that I love about the Coast Guard is the unique opportunities that are presented to you at a very young age.
The Coast Guard's job categories can be divided into 2 categories. One, operations. Those are the folks that you see doing what we call the frontline missions.
When you're at an air station and you hear the SAR alarm go off, and knowing at that time that you're potentially the difference between someone coming home safe to their family and someone potentially not making it home. Just having that feeling, knowing that you are saving someone's life, is an unbelievable feeling.
The other part of it are all of the support people. We need folks that are human resources specialists, that are engineers of all disciplines, that are really in tune with the IT. And we also need folks that know how to manage money.
It's a huge organization in that the missions are huge, but it's a small organization in that it's only 40,000 people, and everywhere I go, I meet or find somebody that I know.
I looked to see what military branch would align with my values, my morals, my character. It provided me many, many opportunities. I started out as an E1, and look where I am now. I am the senior African-American female officer in the Coast Guard.
Well, I like to tell people my real job is I'm a Coast Guard aviator, so I fly. But currently I'm stationed as a Coast Guard's Deputy Senate Liaison, working on Capitol Hill. And I'm kind of the bridge between the Coast Guard and the United States Senate.
I would have never imagined having the opportunity to start off in New Orleans as a Marine inspector, then move on to being able to work with the Coast Guard top leadership. The educational opportunities are amazing. I don't think I would have been able to get 2 masters and a doctorate in this period of time.
The program offers me a unique leadership training, and it allows me to have a guaranteed career after I finish, along with a scholarship that pays for up to 2 years of my college tuition, books, and fees. Eventually I want to become a helicopter pilot.
We are a society that wants to work smarter, not harder. Technology is the key, and science and math is a natural evolution to contribute to developing technology.
STEM majors are very valued in the Coast Guard. It's very relevant to our missions. Being a science major myself, it makes my job easier.
Learning about engineering, the engineering process of focusing, analyzing, developing, and executing, getting that down early in my career and getting an opportunity to practice those things really provided a strong foundation, not only for my profession, but for my life.
You can come in and learn intel and do engineering or drive ships or fly planes. Your potential in the Coast Guard is unlimited.
Our commissioning scroll includes a phrase that says, "the special trust and confidence of the nation." I draw a lot of pride in sort of capturing and upholding and sustaining the special trust and confidence of our Commander-in-Chief, my chain of command, and the people of America.
The primary focus is to build leaders. The African American community within the Coast Guard is very active in reaching down to mentor and pushing everybody up.
When I first joined the Coast Guard, I really didn't have a plan. I didn't really sort of wrap my brain around the fact that I could climb up the progression to become a vice admiral. It was nothing that was ever planted in my mind as I was running the streets as an inner city kid.
Looking over this 16 years, I cannot see myself doing anything else other than being able to serve in the Coast Guard, serve the people of America.
We know that the complex missions asked of our Coast Guard have never been more important. Hard work goes on, securing our homeland and guarding our shores. We will never waver in the defense of this country that we love. Temple for us. God bless the United States of America.
When you really sum it all up, what it's about is really, in a way, nation building. It's about taking the rightful place in these United States, in building a capacity for our country to continue to be a contributor on the world scene in the progress that we need in terms of bettering people's lives. And that's what engineering does. It does, in fact, build the constructs that better our people's lives.
I am just filled with excitement. Let me tell you why. One, you're going to look around today and you're going to see all of these young high school, middle school kids that are at the conference. We're exposing them to science, technology, engineering, and math. And these young people are getting fired up. And I guarantee you, in the next 10 years, they will be the people that you're trying to hire.
Well, in addition to all of the wonderful opportunities that BEYA provides, I think the greatest moments for anybody that's coming there is the opportunity to cultivate relationships. I recommend to everybody to walk away knowing 50 people that you didn't know when you got there. When you arrive, you need to put your eyes on someone and find a mentor and find a variety of mentors. Look for the person that's smart. Look for the person that dressed for success. Look for the person that has some challenges and were able to overcome them. Look for the person that you want to be and find out what it is that they had to do to get there.
I would recommend that anyone that attends the BEYA conference, in order to get the most out of it, you need to have your business cards, you need to network, get names of people. Nowhere else will you be able to get so many high-level people that are involved in the STEM community to come in and be able to share of themselves during the 3 days at the BEYA conference.
For young people in particular, especially the students, you have a chance to enter and see what the industry is offering as positions. You should have a handful of resumes because you can walk around and talk to the recruiters from some of the best companies in the country.
Try to find and connect with 2 or 3 people, real people, that they can develop a relationship with that evening. I think it'd be very important. You know, if you're sitting in a room, your hotel room, checking in, or it's the first night of the event, grab your magazine and read and memorize the people in that magazine, so when you see them on the floor, you see the president of company X, or when you see a young student who's been selected as the most promising engineer, stop and spend a moment with that person, make a connection, and build a community with them that you can count on communicating with this person at some point downstream. You will benefit for the rest of your life from having made that connection.
The Modern Day Technology Luncheon is actually, to my surprise, has turned out to be one of the most popular events during the BEYA weekend. And I understand why. You know, for years, young people, people in the middle of their careers came to BEYA and they looked at all of these achievers and they were excited, and these achievers were their role models, and they all said, I want to be like that. I'm going to walk across that stage one day. But what we found is that those individuals were doing so much in their organizations already, but there was no mechanism to recognize them. There was really no mechanism to give them the recognition that they deserved. So many of our corporate supporters said, can you create something where we can recognize many of our up-and-coming employees? And that's how the Modern Day Technology Leaders Luncheon was created. And I'll tell you why these companies are so committed. The managers come out with their teams because organizations have discovered that if you don't pay attention to these up-and-coming technical people now, they tend to leave. So here's an opportunity for a company to say to the individuals that they want to keep, well done, great job, you matter to us. You know, we all hear about the Black Engineer of the Year Awards, and we embrace that. But BEYA has always been about scientists, as well as engineers and technicians and computer scientists. So what the Emerald Honors is about is recognizing minorities in research science. It is a multicultural, a true multicultural awards program. We have the Scientists of the Year. And when you look at what engineering and science are, they are sisters to one another. You can't have engineering if you don't have science, which is a discovery. The Emerald Honors is about recognizing those individuals who are pushing the frontiers of discovery, who are giving us the tools so that we can apply those things to real life.